single thing he circled in the catalog. No lie. So I'll bet he's glad he didn't listen to me. Okay, I want you to remember that, not necessarily because it's new, but because I want you to use it. All right, so I'll bet. Okay, let's remember that the pronunciation of I'll can also be all, as in A-L-L. You can also say all if you're reading at a regular speed and you're connecting your speech and you want to say, so I'll bet he's glad he didn't listen to me. And right here, this is where I leave you off. And I'm going to ask Juan to turn on the mic and read the rest of the page for me, please. Juan Garcia.
Okay. I didn't find a couple things with my name on them, but they were mostly books and socks and stuff like that. I opened my gifts in the corner behind the couch because I don't like opening gifts near that. Whatever. Someone opened a gift that's so bright and swap up right and clean up after them.
Okay. All right. So right here we have a couple of things to talk about. Juan, I want to ask you a question. Do you know what the meaning of this is here? Why we do that? Why we put did right there? Because maybe you learned in your courses of English that we use did and do for questions and negatives. But here, this is an affirmative sentence. And we have did. What is the real reason why we have that there?
He's honest because he's speaking in past, no?
It's did because he's speaking in the past, but if I took it out, then I would say something like, I found a couple of things. Why does he say did then? Is that necessary? Do you think that's necessary?
I think he's like paying effort that he finds things like he did. He did really find things. So like he's paying effort to the action that he did.
Okay. What it means is, and I think that this is something in reference to what you said, it's just to place emphasis. Emphasis. So if you say just, and I found a couple of things, it would be, you know, not remarkable, but then it was remarkable. I mean, he was surprised. And so he wants to place emphasis on the fact that he found something. So he says, I did find something, which was surprising to me, right? This is also a structure that you can use when you are probably in an argument with someone, and then this person says something that is not true about you. For example, you didn't come to the party, or you didn't do your homework, or you didn't give her anything, or you didn't call me. And then if that's not true and you want to emphatically say that that is not true, you can say, I did call you, but you were in the shower. I did do the homework, but the teacher didn't call me, right? I did come, but you didn't open the door. Things like that. So it's just for emphasis. You can use it in past with did, you can use it in present with does. Yeah? I do cook, and I cook very well, let me tell you. I do cook, emphatic. Okay, so there you go. Just something that I wanted to mention. And stuff. You know, stuff is just like things. Stuff like that. And I opened my gifts in the corner behind the couch. Just remember that O-U normally is pronounced ow, right? Ow, couch. Not to be confused with coach, which is a person that helps you in your practices or trainings or whatever. Coach, or you know, like one of those, I mean, actually, it's not so much sports anymore. Today, anybody's a coach. I could be a coach. I could call myself a coach. And I bet that there are a lot of people right now that consider themselves coaches because it gives them cachet or it gives them certain status. You know, like, I'm not a teacher, I'm a coach. Yeah, so whatever. Life coach, etc. Because I don't like opening gifts near dad, whenever someone opens a gift, this whenever is anytime, every time and anytime, someone opens a gift, dad swoops right in. Swoop in is like what a bird does. A bird is flying in the sky and is circling and looking for prey. and then out of a sudden sees a small animal, and then he swoops down. Okay, so he goes like that, swoop down or swoops in and cleans up after them. So Greg feels uncomfortable, so that's why he goes to the corner behind the couch where nobody sees him. Out of sight, out of mind. And let's go on. Let's continue. This time I want Juliet to read for us, please. Juliet Rangel, right? Did I say that right, or I butchered your name? Okay, Juliet, it's all you.
Okay. I gave Manny, I think Manny is a person, right? Okay.
It's the little kid, is the baby brother.
Okay. I gave Manny a toy helicopter, and I gave Roderick a book about rock bands. Roderick gave me a book too, but of course he didn't wrap it. The book he got me was Best of Little Cootie. Okay. Lil Cootie is the worst comic in the newspaper, and Roderick knows how much I hate it. I think this is the 4th year in a row I've gotten a Lil Cootie book from him. I've gotten a Lil Cootie book from him. Can I continue?
Sure.
Okay. I gave Mom and Dad their gifts. I get them the same kind of thing every year, but parents eat that stuff up. Okay.
Okay, so they always go, thanks. Always the same mug, number one mom and number one dad they had. All right, so yeah. So you can see here that he's not happy about the gifts that he got, probably, right? That's why he's always talking about Manny, and Manny got this and got that, and he gave Manny a toy helicopter, okay? Pay attention to the marriage of the two words, toy helicopter. So toy becomes an adjective, even though it's naturally a noun, right? Toy is juguete. So instead of saying helicóptero de juguete, you just flip it around and make the descriptive noun an adjective by just placing it before. So toy helicopter, toy being a noun, gets turned here functionally into an adjective. It describes what kind of helicopter. And he got a book from Roderick, and Roderick didn't wrap it. Okay, is that nice? What do you think, Juliet? How about I give you, I don't know, whatever. It's your birthday, Juliet, and I give you a phone. Juliet, this is your new phone. What do you think if I just give it to you like that?
No, I prefer the surprise, you know. It's not nice to give something.
It's not a nice
wrapped.
gift.
Yeah.
Even if it's an iPhone 11 or 12 or whatever, it's next. Even if it's that, right? But it's not.
Good,
it's not wrapped.
Not, you know. Yeah. It
but
could be
yes,
good, but
certainly.
it's better. Yeah.
It's not a gift if it's not wrapped. Do you agree with me? Yeah, it's not a gift if it's not wrapped. The wrapping of the gift is probably the one factor that being eliminated kills all the joy, I think. All right, so he got the book Little Cutie. Pay attention to this, very common, lil. Instead of little, the T sound is completely eliminated. So Little Cutie is little cutie, little cutie. Little Cutie, and the worst comic. He hates it, but maybe that's why his brother gives it to him. You know, because big brothers are always picking on little brothers. This is Roderick, big brother, and this is Greg, little brother. So there you go. Always that kind of fight. I know it because I have kids. And here, the 4th year in a row. What is the meaning of that, Juliet? Do you know the meaning? In a row, specifically that part, right here in a row. What is that?
Like is every year. He do the same.
Yes, so you could also say conserving the same meaning. You could say consecutive. You could say yes, consecutively. You could say for 4 years without interruption, consecutively. Okay. Right? Or you could also say every year for 4 years, right?
Okay. Or during the last 4 years. It's more
Exactly.
longer. Okay.
So as long as you can give the meaning to this, that there hasn't been a year that is been missed. So every year, okay, for the last 4 years, every year. That's what in a row means. I've gotten a little cutie book from him, and then one more thing that I noticed was that they eat that stuff up. This is clearly not in reference to food being the gift, but more like they just take it like that. They don't care. They eat the stuff up. They take it, I don't care would be important here, signaled by the up adverb right here. That's what makes a difference. Eat the stuff up is like they take it, the whole thing, and they don't care. And there we go. Continuing, it's Jimena's turn. Jimena's turn. It's your turn. It's your page.
Okay. The rest of the relatives start showing up around 11, and Uncle Charlie came at noon. Uncle Charlie drove a big trash bag full of gifts, and I pulled my present up of the top of the bag. The package was the exact right size and shape to be a twice wizard game. So I knew it. I knew Uncle Charlie came through for me. Mom got the camera ready and I tore open my gift.
Okay. Something that caught my attention. The past of regular verbs in English. This is clearly a regular verb. You know it because in the past, in past participles, they take ed. Irregular verbs don't take ed. Irregular verbs come in any shape, form, or style. Whatever it is just irregular. That's why they're called irregulars. But started is the regular. Ed is the regularity of verbs. That termination. And the interesting thing about the termination ed is that the e is not read, it's only written. So you write it, you don't read it, okay? With two exceptions. Two exceptions. I have 3 fingers, I know I'm not crazy. 2 exceptions. The terminations TED, T-E-D, and D-E-D, dead. TED and dead are your 2 new friends. You always pronounce the E. When a verb ends in TED or DED, you have to pronounce the E because otherwise it wouldn't be clear whether you were talking in the past or present. The present is start, and then the past is start. Doesn't make sense. Hard to pronounce that way, unnaturally clearly sounding, and it wouldn't be clear. So always TED and dead. Those are your 2 exceptions. Otherwise, never pronounce the E. So here we have 2 instances on this page. We had started. Started would be the right pronunciation. And, sorry, 1 second. I apologize. Started, and then there is this here, twisted. Even though here it is not a verb, doesn't matter. Follows the same principles of pronunciation. Pronunciation is a very physiological process. It's got to make sense to your muscles. I mean, anything that is unnatural that you cannot accomplish unless you're from a remote tribe from somewhere where nobody sees you ever and you can speak by clicking your tongue like, I mean, like people normally don't do that. So everything needs to flow sort of naturally. So even though here's not a verb, it's still pronounced the same way, twisted, TED, always TED and dead. Don't forget your 2 new friends, TED and dead. So you should say here, twisted. Okay. This I like. Came through for me. I think that it was Father's Day that one of my publications on Instagram was when you believe in people, people come through. Okay. When you believe in people, people come through. Come through is they do as you would expect them to do, being the nice people that you think they are. Okay? Let's say you have a brother. You know your brother should love you. And then one day you tell your brother, brother, you know, I'm with this girl and we're in this restaurant and we're ready to leave, but I forgot my wallet. And because your brother is such a nice person, he'll come through, he'll grab a taxi, go to the restaurant where you are and give you your wallet, okay? That is coming through. And you can add this, you know, it's normally added for me, okay? So come through for me, in this case, in the past, came through for me. Charlie came through for me, okay? I knew Uncle Charlie came through for me. Mom got the camera ready and I tore open my gift. Pay attention, you just don't open. Because if you just open, there is no sense of ceremony. There is no excitement, there is no drama. But when you say tear open, then this confers to the action all the energy that you wanted to have. If you just say opened my gift, it'll be lame and boring and stupid. So the way Greg makes it more interesting is by being more descriptive and saying, tore it open, puts energy into the verb open. And tore it open, as you can see it here in the picture. And thank you, Jimena. Next is Matt. Matt, would you give us a hand here with this page? Top of the page is all yours.
Okay, sir. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, but it was just an 8 for 10 picture of Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, it was horrible. I mean, horrible gift. That's what I mean. Okay, go on.
Okay, to start. Okay,
Right.
I guess I didn't do a good job of hiding my disappointment, and Mom got mad. All I can say is I'm glad I'm still a kid, because if I had to act happy about the kinds of gifts grown-ups get, I don't think I could pull it off. Yep.
Here are some examples.
So
See?
I have to read it.
Okay, we can read it. I can be the curly hair.
Okay.
So you start.
Say.
No, I'm the curly hair. You're the mom, the one with the glasses. That's you.
Okay, I got it. So say, where's this house? Yes, I know the perfect place for this.
I just knew you'd love it. Yeah. Okay, so that's the idea. When you are a grown-up, you put up an act. You put on an act. What you do clearly is you don't say things directly. Sometimes you don't say them. And right here probably is terrible, but she pretends that it's cool. I like this gift. I know the place for it. Good. Let's take a look at a couple of things here. Okay, clearly disappointment because this guy was expecting Twisted Wizard, something different, but got an 8 by 10. You want to read it as 8 by 10. An 8 by 10 picture of Uncle Charlie. That's terrible. 8 by 10. Even though this is 8 times 10, right, in math, sometimes things can be read differently. Like, for example, you can say 850. 850. That would be a price. The price of something. 850. But if you're reading it in math, you would say 8.50 or 8.50. So you read the point. Right here is 8 by 10, but it could also be 8 times 10, which would be 80, right? Picture of Uncle Charlie, fine. I guess I didn't do a good job of hiding my disappointment, okay? So, you know, like when you're a kid, you are what? You're a candid. You're open, you don't hide things. You're not good at that. So probably he said something like, wow, this is terrible. All right, and mom got mad, obviously, because that's the job of a mom. A good mom gets mad when you act like a kid because they're trying to help you to grow up. All I can say is I'm glad I'm still a kid, because if I had to act happy about the kinds of gifts grown-ups get, I don't think I could pull it off. Pull it off. What is that? What is that? Who wants to tell me what pull it off is? Anybody?
It could be like get rid of.
Okay.
It's like
Who else
the
wants to?
opposite. Sorry, the opposite, like look it afterwards, or something.
Okay.
I think it's I couldn't do that.
Yes. Yes. To pull something off is to be able to do it.
Okay.
Okay. To be able to do something.
But in
Maybe
that
especially
case,
something.
okay.
Yeah, tell me, Juliet.
But in this case, he don't think he could put it off.
Exactly. He wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay.
So normally it takes either skill, energy, money, time. It takes effort of any kind. And in this case, he doesn't have enough. He couldn't pull it off. He knows it. All right. It's somebody else's turn. Let me see who I'm going to pick from our list. How about you, Giancarlo? You want to give it a try? All right. Give it a crack. Top of the page is all yours.
Okay, I went out to my room to take a break for a while. A couple of minutes later, Dad knocked on my door. He told me he had my gift for me out in the garage, and the reason it was out there was because it was too big to wrap.
Interesting. Now it's like his day is going to change. Ooh, look at this.
Okay, and when I walked down to the garage, there was a brand new weight set. But he
Do you
doesn't
think he's
look
excited?
like happy.
No.
No.
He doesn't look happy at all.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know, like
His dad is
what
happy.
you exactly. That's what happens a lot with dads, and that is something that moms notice first, and they tell you. It's like, are you sure that you bought that gift for Bobby, or you bought it for yourself? Right? That's what happens a lot also in my house. It's like, are you sure you want to go do that because you want to take your son along with you, or is it because you want to go? Exactly. Yeah. So maybe his dad wants this. And let's see what we got here. Okay, this is something interesting. Couple. What is the meaning of that, Giancarlo? Couple.
Like a pair of minutes before? Like 2
What is
minutes
a pair?
could be? Like
Could be,
two?
but not necessarily. Yes. Could be, but not necessarily.
Like a small quantity?
Exactly. A small quantity that maybe you can count or maybe you can't because you're lazy, but definitely is not two, except
Okay, yes.
when you're talking about a couple walking down the street with hand in hand. That's a couple, man
Okay.
and woman, or man and man, woman and woman. Doesn't matter these days. So that's a couple. But when you're asking for a couple of glasses, or a couple of paints, a couple of things, you expect more than two. So don't make that mistake.
Okay.
Right? Couple means enough that you can
Small.
carry,
Yes.
but I don't want you to think this too. Okay? All right. So big wrap. It was too big to wrap. Once again, there is that word. W-R-A-P. The W obviously is a
Silent?
vestige. Do you know what that word? A vestige is something that just belongs in history from a long time ago, but somehow fortuitously got to the present time, and we still use it. It should be retired, but people still use it. That W right there is dumb. It doesn't sound. And the fact of the matter is that it signals how the word is pronounced. All of those words that begin with WR, they're only signaling that you need to round your lips to pronounce the initial R. So you say wrap, wrap. You don't say anything like rap, rap, rap. No, you need to round your lips. Rap. Okay?
Okay.
So that's what it means. It signals that, but this is a vestige of some old English version of English. But in current English, it signals that. The funny thing is that kids in America, because they look at your mouths, how they move, they learn to say, sometimes some of them learn to say things like whap, whap, instead of rap, or white instead of right, because they see how the lips round, but they cannot see what's going on inside. So some kids would make that mistake in America, for example. Okay? Something funny. Yes, brand new, brand new. Why not just new? What would be the difference between brand new and new? Does anybody know?
Like the last brand in the market.
Could be. But no, in
Because
reality, yeah.
is like recently he bought it recently.
Yes, okay. Now, brand new and new is the same thing. Once again, it's all about the drama that you just inject into what you say. For example, in Spanish, because you all speak Spanish, so I'm gonna give you an example. You say buenísimo or nuevísimo, things like that, and or nuevecito,
Nuevecito.
right? Now, what that makes for, or what that makes the word sound like, is the same word but with an affectation of how you feel about it. Is he excited? If you're excited, you would say brand new. Hey man, I bought these brand new sneakers and they're fantastic. Okay, in this case it's probably saying brand new in a sarcastic tone. Brand new. Wait set. You know, say like that. Yeah, just being dramatic as he is, I guess. He has an inclination to being dramatic. And moving on. Who's next? Let me see. Jose, you want to give it a crack?
Yeah.
Jose wants to do it. Yes. Top of the page, Jose. It's all yours, my friend. Right there.
That thing must have cost a fortune. I didn't have the heart to tell that. I kind of lost interest in the whole weight lift. I think when the wrestling until ended last week, so I just said thanks. Instead, I think that was expecting me to drop down and start doing some reps or something. But I just excused myself and went back inside. At about 6 o'clock, all the relatives cleared out. I was sitting on the couch watching Manny play with his toys, feeling pretty sorry for myself. The mom came up to me and said that she found a gift behind the piano with a name on it, and it said, "From Santa."
Okay, there you go. Maybe this is the life savior. We'll see. Because right now, all he's got is his uncle's picture and the book that he hates, Little Cutie, and the weight set. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe this whole thing turns around in the end. But we have here, must have. Must have. Now, what is that? Must. Let's start word for word. Must. What is that? Okay, must is really not a meaning word. It doesn't mean anything. But it signals maybe an intention, a purpose, or an attitude. What does it signal? What does it signal to you when you hear the word must here?
Like obligation?
Like you have to do it.
But not here.
You should do something.
Here?
But not here.
Oh, it's like
when
you
it should be.
so there is another option to do it. So you have to do it. Yes or yes.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
let
Or
me
it's
clarify
like
this.
explaining probability, like
Exactly.
that probably cost a fortune.
Okay, so if I'm talking about probability, I have different choices, right? I can have must, I can have could, might, may, should.
Should.
Why do you think he chose must?
Because maybe he doesn't have any doubt
Because
at all.
He doesn't have any doubt.
Sure.
He's pretty sure. Yes, thank you very much. He's pretty sure he doesn't have any doubt. Both are right. Ding, ding, ding. Must means no doubt. No doubt it cost a fortune. But because he's talking about something that happened in the past, he must insert a have. Okay? That have is inserted there because this thing happened in the past. He's making an assumption, right? He's coming to a definition of what happened, right? He's assuming that something happened in the past. He's pretty sure he uses must. Then he uses have to signal that it's in the past. In Spanish, he would say, esa cosa debió haber costado una fortuna, right? Ese debió haber, in English would be must have, and then cost a fortune. Cost is irregular. After have, you use the past participle, but cost happens to be the same all across. Cost present, cost past participle. That thing must have cost a fortune. And the way that you read it is must have. It can be must have, or if it's followed by a consonant, you can say musta, musta. As if it were M-U-S-T-A altogether, musta, one single word. That thing must have cost a fortune. I didn't have the heart to tell Dad. Have the heart to do something is to have the courage. I mean, like, it would hurt you to actually tell your dad, Dad, this is the worst thing you could ever get a kid my age. Anyway, he starts to feel this way. He starts to feel dubious. He starts to feel unclear about what to say or do. That's why he starts distancing his words. This is very common. When you feel nervous, to say kind of. When you feel uncertain, to say kind of. When you feel not sure or scared, etc., you say kind of. Yeah? Like if I offered you a very green drink, green and dark, and then you look at it, you don't know what's inside, and you go like, I ask you, do you want to drink it? And you say, I kind of don't want to drink it. Yeah, kind of, right? And dead. Let's remember that the dead is your friend, Ted and dead. So wrestling unit ended last week. You don't need to pronounce the E. Just say thanks instead. I think Dad expected me to drop down and start doing some reps, You know, like reps is like this. You start exercising. 1, 2, 3,
Repetition,
4,
right?
5, 6, exactly 6. And there you finish. And then when you start over, that would be another set. So sets are made up of reps or repetitions. Yeah. Like you go to the gym, you want to work your pecs. And so you do bench presses. You do probably 10 or 12, and then you rest for a minute. That's called a rep. And the number of times you press it on one of those sets is called a reps, actually. I think that was expecting me to drop down. Okay, doing some reps, fine. And then at 6 o'clock, sorry, everybody cleared out. What is that?
Everybody gone?
Yes, everybody had gone, everybody left, cleared out. So that would be more colloquial, more street language, cleared out, everybody cleared out. Okay. And then Mom came up to me. This phrase means Mom approached me, right? Or came to me. But pay attention to the up. I want to signal this to you, I want to bring this to your attention. The up. What is the meaning of that up? And you'd be like,
Actually, is the same word with or without up. It's like a wake up.
Yeah, but this one has a special meaning.
Hurry up.
This one has a special meaning, definitely.
Maybe
Arnold,
for
pay attention to
emphasis,
this. Yeah,
emphasis or something like that.
Yeah,
could
emphasis.
be, but it has another meaning. I'm going to explain to you. This is very interesting. Back in Old England, it was an island, right? And then you would see only horizon around you made of water, you know, like the sea stretching out forever, then meeting the sky. And then you would see a small ship, maybe approaching your shore. And it would be so small that you could pinch it between your fingers like this. But the moment it starts to get close and closer, it started growing up, right?
Okay.
Until it's a huge thing. So as things
makes
approach,
sense.
they become taller or bigger. Okay, that's why people come up to you. That state in speech, again, a vestige from an all gone past, which is now inherited and is more metaphoric than anything else. But that's what it means. That as people approach you or things approach you, they come up to you because they become bigger. Okay, so she came up to me and said she had found a gift miraculously hidden behind the piano with my name on it. Pay attention, with my name on it. Those prepositions, they're pretty pesky and they're pretty terrible sometimes, but just remember, names are on gifts, not in gifts. And he said, from Santa. What do you think it is? It doesn't look too big. Could be a book. Could be a Bible. Can you imagine? That would be a perfect day.
This is the game that he wants. I hope.
Not an
so.
Xbox.
Because
Oh,
he's really
Mr.
gonna
Wizard?
try. I hope so.
Or maybe it's too big. I think so.
We'll see. All right. So, oh my God. You saw that? All right. Who wants to read this? Who hasn't read? Janet, it's your turn.
So the box was way too big for Twisted Wizard, but Mom put the same big box trick on me last year when she got me a memory card for my video game system. So I ripped open the package and I pulled out my present. Only this wasn't Twisted Wizard either. It was a giant red wool sweater. My God.
Flash. You can go on, please, Janet.
Okay. At first, I thought Mom was playing some kind of practical joke on me because this sweater was the same kind we bought for our giving tree guy. But Mom seemed pretty confused too. She said she did buy me a video game and that she had no idea what the sweater was doing in my back.
He was probably the big brother. Yes,
My
big
God.
brothers. We need them. We need big brothers like we need a stone in your shoe, right? Anyway, the box was that way. Let me tell you, the good news is that it's unnecessary. Clearly unnecessary, but you make it necessary when you need to demonstrate drama, right? You just play for the crowd, more words, more drama, clearly. So if I take away the way, it's not as dramatic. So I want to keep it in to be dramatic. The box was way too big for Twisted Wizard. Yeah. And then we have expressions like pull a trick on someone. And pay attention to the use of the preposition. Pull a trick on someone is to pull a trick on someone, you know, to do something funny that makes you laugh while the other person doesn't enjoy it much.
Prank someone?
To what, sorry?
Like to do
We're
a
saying.
prank? Lady.
Exactly. A prank. There you go. A prank. That's what it is. A prank. So you can use trick, prank, or practical joke. Okay, same thing. Prank, practical joke, or a trick. Same thing. Always with the preposition on. and very commonly with the verb pull or play. Play some kind of practical joke. On me again, on. Pay attention to giant. And you can see that it's not really giant, but the word giant clearly upsells his disappointment, right? So I can get a phone that is not actually huge. It's a normal size phone, but I can say a huge iPhone 8. Yuck, right? Just because I don't like it, you make it bigger, all right? So just a way to display drama. As you can see, this kid is very dramatic, overly dramatic, but that's what we got into here. All right, let's go for the last page. The last page, so you can go see to dinner what's going on there in the kitchen. Let me see who's missing. Matt, everybody has read already. Oh, Arnold, please, come on, my friend. Be my guest. It is all yours.
Okay, so, and then I figured out, I told mom there must have been some kind of mix up, and I got the Given Tree guy's gift, and he got mine. Mom said she used the same kind of wrapping paper for both of her gift. So she must have written the wrong names on the tags. But then Mom said that this was a really good thing because the Given Tree guy was probably really happy he got such a great gift. No, it's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. Very good, excellent. So here we go. This was the whole of Christmas for Greg. In the end, he got his game, and it was just something crazy. Going back right here. And then I figured out, I told mom there must have been, once again with the must have everywhere. You can see it right here also. Right here, it's been contracted. Now, pay attention that contractions are natural part of speech. When we speechify language, it becomes contracted naturally because we link words and we blend words and run words into the next word very commonly. This is the quality of what spoken language is the quality of spoken language. So you normally, even though you mean to say this, and probably you read it on the page, written, word next to word, you normally bunch it up when you pronounce like this, must have, because that's the way it sounds. It's not that you're reading the actual contraction, but that when you read or when you say this, you naturally tend to contract it. Happens the same across languages. In Spanish, it's very common. In my Spanish, I'm from Medellin, Antioquia, Colombia. Proud to be from here, by the way. We say things like, para donde va? Yeah, but we really don't say that. We don't say, para donde va? You're like, where are you going? You know, just like in the States, you would say, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Right? Instead of saying, where are you going? Unless you need to be clearly emphatic, like if you're a dad and you're concerned. You would say that. But here you say, para donde va? I think never. I say, pa donde va? Pa donde va? So I kill, right away, I kill the ere and the a. And I say, pa donde va? Yeah, that would be my version of where are you going? Where, contracted where and are, where are you going? Then to take it one step further, I could say, ponde va? Hey, you say, ponde va? So that would turn everything to P apostrophe O-N-D-E, ponde. Usted ponde va? Oígame, usted ponde va? That would be pretty paisa, right? Ponde va? And that would be like saying in English, where are you going? Just simply where, and then you, and then going. Where are you going? You killed the whole verb to be. So it happens in all languages. But in Spanish, we don't have the habit in the language to write it down. Maybe now that we text a lot, some people sometimes put it in, you know, a contraction. And they even use apostrophes, but that's not something that is clearly part of our written language. But in English, it's very common. Just saying something that is just noteworthy and worth listening to. So this is the same as that. You know, like if you see this, you could also be seeing this, and you could be pronouncing this. No trouble at all. Okay, this would be written. This would be read. Sorry, must have been, must have been, must have been. Where this gets almost pinched all the way in and out. Must have been. Must have been is like, okay, pay attention to this word. Let's imagine that here's a stone. Let's take you back to when you were kids and you went to the countryside, al campo. And then you would see a river, a small river, and you would like to ford it. You would like to jump over, but it was too long a jump. So you would start looking for the path in the river that was clearly marked by stones that protruded, or rocks that protruded out of the river, so you could jump from one to the next, right? So these are your two rocks, must and been. And this right here is water. So if you say something like must have been, you get wet. You gotta jump over and you go, must have been, must have been, must have been. This clearly is pinched in by the jump that you take from one to the other, okay? Must have been some kind of mix up, blah, blah, blah. Wrapping paper, now you know a new word. Wrapping paper is what you need when you are going to give a gift to someone, unless you want to be very impolite and give it without a gift, which kills all the joy. So if you're gonna give a gift, go all the way, get scissors, tape, maybe a card or a tag at the very least, and wrapping paper. Those are your ingredients, not just the iPhone. Even if it's the latest iPhone with the utmost capacity, it doesn't matter. Be careful, wrap it well, and put on a tag or a card. That'll be nice. All right, guys, we are through with this session. So I leave you at what page? What was our last page? Sorry, right here. This is our last one, right? 128. Let me see how many pages we have left. I plan to read some with you, so let's read up to, how many pages did we read today, by the way? 8 pages? So let's read 10 pages next time. One second, one more time. So our last page is 217. So, okay, so tell you what, read to page 200. That's it, 200. All right? So that's the homework. Read to page 200, and then when we meet again on Wednesday, we'll kill it. You know, we'll go all the way through. We'll have a little pre-discussion like we did today, and then we'll go all the way through. And in the in-between, we're going to discuss language. If you find anything interesting, worth going over, just do it. It's a nice gift for the whole family here. Bring a story, like the stories that I told you today. It can be of your own creation, or it can be something that you read somewhere, or you can even go into the dictionary or the encyclopedia or wherever it is that you find information and find something useful and show it to us. It's like, okay, I learned that this expression means this, blah, 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 yada, yada. Since as you see, this is a very colloquially style written book, you're going to see a lot of language that you don't find in your normal textbook. A lot of the language is going to be maybe ambivalent in the way that it means something or it doesn't mean anything to you. So you can feel ambivalent about these expressions, but what you can do is you can go to Urban Dictionary if you're curious. Go to Urban Dictionary, that's URBAN Dictionary, and you'll find definitions for street expressions, street language expressions, slang, idioms, and whatnot. Let me see if I can probably make that note here, which I don't know. Yes, I have it here. I'm an old man, sorry. And right here. So explore Urban Dictionary besides anything else. Urban Dictionary, that would, 1 second, everyone in the meeting. 1 second, everyone in the meeting. Jesus, not working. Sorry about calling Jesus. Everything right now is inappropriate. Everyone in meeting, there you go. Urban Dictionary is one piece of good news that I have for you. Is a tool, use it. And another one, Ludwig.guru, another gem. Those two gems, I give you those two today. Explore those. You'll find a lot going on there if you explore them. And if you have doubts about what something means or how it's used, then explore it there. Also yesterday, to the people that attended the meeting yesterday, I talked about twophonetics.com. That is also great. Here I have 3 things that help your vocabulary, because vocabulary is made up of the meaning of words, the use of words, and the pronunciation of words. Here, the Urban Dictionary is meaning, and Ludwig Guru is use, and two phonetics is pronunciation, to kill the 3, and then you get stronger vocabulary. Macmillan Shore, yes, and any other dictionary. My favorite, by the way, in terms of dictionaries is Merriam-Webster. Merriam-Webster online is great. I love it. Okay. Another one that you can take a look at is old person. You know, this is what happens to old people. Just start forgetting things just like that. Okay, I'll remember one day. So you have these now, and that is all for today. Let me see. We have 15 people, most of them with the cameras off. You know, they're cowards. I want to see your faces, you know, like for these recurring, yeah, no. For these recurring meetings, I would love to see your faces, because that way we can make it more personable. Okay, I'm not clearly devoted to doing the YouTube or the Instagram lives, because I think that they're very impersonal, especially the YouTubes. So I prefer the Zoom because we can meet, we can talk, I can get to know you, and you know, make this thing grow. Why not, right? So I thank you very much for being here today. I hope this was an interesting meeting and an interesting set of ideas that we got from this book. I enjoyed it. Maybe I'm crazy, but maybe you did too. So I'm not so crazy. And once again, I thank you very much. And I guess I'll see you next time, right? It's every Wednesday at 6 until we ran out of gas, which is clearly coming to that point with this book, but we'll pick another book, maybe in the same series. We'll get to vote about that. We'll get to vote on what book we're gonna read next time, okay? I promise you that. For now, thank you, Julia, Fabian. That's me. You see, I'm an old person. Thank myself. Yeah, thank you, Fabian.
Thank you so much
thank you,
for the class.
Thank you, Julia, Giancarlo, Arnold, Juan, and all the people that are cowards whose faces I don't get to see right now. You're also included in this thank you note. I thank you. And once again, invite people that you think that they are on the level that they could sustain this kind of exercise that we did today. And yeah, this is for everyone who wants to join. So be my guest and let them be guests too. Yeah. Yeah.
Could I invite someone? Okay.
All right. So I'll see you next time, and God bless you. You're the best.
Thank you. Have a nice one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you next time.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you.